This is part 4 of our Entity Framework course series, and today's topic is remove migration. In the part 3rd, we discuss about the concept of an EF migration history table. So if you have not watched that video, I'll recommend you guys to watch that video first. Now, what exactly is the remove migration? It might be possible that while doing a migration in your Entity Framework core, you can make a mistake. You may want to add certain column, but the column need to be renamed. Or there might be a possibility that you don't want to even add that column itself. So how can you remove the migration from your EF core migration history table as well as from your migration itself? So from the context of a migration removing process, there are two ways, whether the migration are local changes or that has been applied to a database. So if the changes are local, then it is quite easier for us to roll back that migration by a simple command which says .NET EF remove migration. But if a changes are already applied to a database side, then you need to create a new migration altogether. You can't revert the migration if it's already applied to database side. Let's quickly jump back to Rider and see this in action. So we are using the current project, and in this we have an employee table. Let's say in the employee table, I want to add another column and the column name is department, or maybe let's say age. So the moment add the age column inside my employee table, and then I can generate a new migration. So the command is .NET EF migrations add and added age column. Now, once I write this statement, you know that a new migration file will be created in my current migration folder, and that include an addition of an age column. Up to this point, this migration comes in the category of local changes because we have not applied these changes to server yet. If I go to my database and if I check my table again, there is no age column created inside my table itself, right? So that means that is my local changes. Now, let's suppose I want to change this column name. I want that it should not be an age, it should be an user age. Then, in simple terms, I can again open my terminal window. I can write a command .NET EF migrations remove. And once I do this, you will notice that the file will be deleted from my migration folder itself. And Entity Framework core is smart enough to modify my snapshot file also. So as far as your local changes are concerned, you are good to delete a migration with a simple command which says .NET EF migration remove. But what suppose if our changes are already applied to a database? So for example, if I again go to my employee table and again I have an age column, and let me again create a new migration with the same name which is added age column. And this time I'm going to update my database as well. So .NET EF database update. And once our database is updated, you can notice that a new column will be created inside my employee table, and that will be an age column. Now let's suppose I want to remove this migration. I want to basically remove this age column from my table itself. So if I again go back to my rider and if I run the same command which says .NET EF migration remove, and if I press enter, you will notice that I'll get an error. And it says that a migration, the last migration which is applied, is already applied to a database. You cannot revert it. So now it is a case of my migration which is already applied to my server itself, which is my change update to database. So if a changes are local, you can easily remove it by the command .NET EF remove migration, but you have to follow a different approach if it is already applied to database side. So if it is applied to a database, the only thing which you can do is you have to create a new migration again. So you can navigate to your class file, remove that column, once what you want to remove, go to a terminal window and create a new migration with a meaningful name like removed age column, and then press enter. And once you do this, you have to again run the same migration command to update a database with .NET EF database update. And running this command will simply remove the file from my or remove the column from my table itself. So in simple terms, when you talk about an entity framework core migration removal process, you need to make sure whether you want to remove migration from a local changes or from a server changes. The command will only remove the latest migration that is not applied to database yet. It deletes the folder or deletes the file from my migration history folder if it's not applied yet. But if it is applied, then we need to again create a new migration to revert the changes from database itself, right? I can also see the different command I can also basically see the different migrations that has been done in my entity framework up to this point by the command name as .NET EF migration list, and it will give me a list of all the migrations that I have created so far. Sorry, I need to use migrations list, and you can notice that all the migration that I have done so far is coming over here. So in the simple terms, I can say that removal of a migration is not a straightforward process. You need to understand at which stage you want to remove it. And once it is applied to database side, you have to create a new migration to remove the previous one. This is it for this video, guys. In the next session, we'll discuss the other part of my EF4 migrations. Thank you.